Sounding beautiful people, how are we doing? How are we doing? Welcome to an introduction of me, baby steps to you, the people. I'm not really too sure exactly where this is going to go up, if I'm just going to go upload it onto YouTube, or if I'm going to clip it and put it on Instagram, or maybe put the full thing on the social media platforms. But either way, if you're watching, thank you for taking the time. And I hope you get something out of this, gain something, or enjoy it, some sort of entertainment value. And yeah, as I said, the purpose of this is for you to get to know me a little bit better, because I feel like I've just kind of, on my online presence, I've just kind of started mixing some music and putting it on there, clipping it, putting it on there, and that's really it. Like, and I think to myself, what do I like as a consumer when I'm watching, the Flair Shaws, the Alicia, Darius Syrossian, behind the scenes footage when they're going from gig to gig. Unfortunately, I'm not doing that just yet. But even just when it's like one-to-one speaking to a camera and just learning a little bit more about them as people, because I don't know, I just find that interesting. I really do. Like when you're really like into, I don't know, whatever it is, whether it's a music, artists, or whatever it is you're into. Like, I like to know or consume the footage that is behind the scenes a little bit, and there's something about like speaking to a camera, or that when a person is speaking one-to-one with a camera, it kind of makes you feel like you're there in that moment, if that makes sense, and you kind of like on that fucking journey with them. I know it sounds a bit cheesy, but that's how it makes me feel. So hopefully I can sort of replicate that with what I'm doing now, because I know there's not many people that will watch this right now, but maybe one day there might be a lot of people, and maybe somebody might be interested in what I do, maybe. But ultimately I'm doing it for myself as well, and also something for me to look back on, and I think that's very important, because I've got some very exciting stuff going on in my life right now, and I want to be able to like look back at things and be like, wow, you've come so far from this point. And yeah, I think it's a good thing to do. So anyways, here's my little story, and I hope you enjoy. So Baby Steps, we'll start at the beginning. Baby Steps is my DJ name, if you didn't know by now. My actual name is Harry. I'm 28 years old, nearly 29. I am from the city of Hull in the northeast of England, but I currently reside in wonderful Cleethorpes, which is where my lovely mother, stepdad and sister live. And I moved back in with them about a year ago, and I've had a really, really important piece of life here. I've just kind of like changed new jobs earlier, like last year, and it's allowed me to really think, refocus, and think about how I want to structure my life and where it's going to go and all that. So yeah, it's been really good, and being very close to the seafront is quite a nice luxury to have. So yeah, feeling very, very blessed. But yeah, the name Baby Steps, I'll start off with that. The name Baby Steps came about when I first started going raving. So I probably started going out raving 7 years ago, something like that. 2019, we're in 2016 now. So yeah, I think it was like the beginning of 2019 was when I started going out. I wish it was sooner, but I'm happy. I'm happy that I found it when I did, because I've got to enjoy a lot of things. And yeah, when I first started raving, I was like, I remember the first ever event I went to, it was Elro at Canal Mills in Leeds. And I don't think that venue's open anymore, but fucking hell, I remember that party like it was yesterday. Wow, me and my friend at the time, we was like just sort of like on this journey together, sort of discovering house music. Well, not discovering it, but we kind of knew it was there, but it was like digging deeper than just the surface level of your IB for classics or something like that. It was finding out in depth a bit more about music, and then we spotted this event, was like, let's fucking do it. And we went there, and it was just like this whole new world of and experience of going out, and it was completely different from clubbing in your city centres and stuff like that. And I still believe it's like that to this day. I still think people will get that experience to this day, because it is different. And it's so special in that kind of sense. And I was just kind of hooked straight off the bat from there. I was like, I'm never going clubbing ever again because this is far too good. And I still carry that to this day. Like I don't want to go to the clubs. No offense to the people that do. They have a place in this world, definitely, but I prefer the raving or the music events, festivals, whatever you want to call them. And from then I was like, wow. It was not long after that, it was kind of like me and my friend were just talking, just chit-chatting, and just like dreaming about if we was like ever to be a DJ, what would we call ourselves? And I came up with the name Baby Steps pretty quick. Like it was literally one of the first names that I came up with, and it stood out. I was like, I come up with a few others, but they're still in my notes on my phone to this day. And I come up with Baby Steps straight off the bat, and I was like, yeah, that's the one. That is it. Locked in. And the message behind Baby Steps is actually, well, it might sound a little bit cheesy or a bit deep, whichever way you want to perceive it, but you know, anything that we do, whether it's, you know, painting a picture or getting into a new hobby, challenging ourselves at work, finding new work, whatever it is, most of the time things don't happen overnight, and we have to take baby steps towards the bigger goal, whatever that goal may be. And we just got to take it day by day, week by week, and chip away at it. And that is, I feel like it's something that it translates well in every sort of aspect of life. And yeah, I like that, and I think Baby Steps is quite a catchy name. The amount of times I have spoke to people when I've been out or whatever, and we've got onto the topic naturally about DJing or whatever, and I said, oh yeah, I do a bit of DJing myself, and they're like, oh yeah, what's your DJ name, or what's your name, or whatever, or even if I've just shown them my Instagram and it's Baby Steps, like every time without fail, like it's always a little bit of a chuckle, a little bit of a laugh, like in a positive way, not like that's a fucking stupid name. And I think it's quite a memorable thing. Like I think it sticks up there, you know, and yeah, it works for me, and that's exactly the person who I'm trying to build now. So that's where the name Baby Steps came from, and I spoke a little bit about my early raving experiences. Maybe I'll speak more about other raving experiences down the line, but for this video I'll just keep it to that. And then after the Baby Steps thing, whatever came about, the idea of DJing was like such an amazing idea, but it felt so far away from being attained, you know. Yeah, I think initially sometimes the biggest misconception is like you need these 2, 3, 4, 5,000 pound setups just to get started, and I understand why people say that, but I started off with new mic party mixes, party mix controller, and if anybody knows that, it's about yay big. It's not very big. My ex-girlfriend got it for me. I had some like pretty basic speakers, and I absolutely loved it. It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. It taught me so much. It allowed me to have that time by myself and figure out what all each individual knob does, and just how to mix without doing anything too crazy. It taught me how to where to download my music, like how to download my music properly, and organising it properly as well. So like those very basic functions, I think are paramount for developing as a person who wants to start out. And you know, that setup cost a couple of £100. Didn't cost much in the grand scheme of things, and it was brilliant. And yeah, I understand people sort of like outgrow them pretty quick, but that beginning stage was so important. And yeah, I feel very, very fortunate that it happened that way. And then a couple of years go by, I'm just kind of like messing around, half serious, and I end up getting this opportunity to I've like mixed a little bit at friends. Sorry, I'm missing a bit here. I like mixed on like bigger controllers or CDJs. I don't even think I've been on. I've been on CDJs at like Pirate Studios a couple of times, and I was mixing on like the RX3 controllers, So on a little bit of on a bigger sort of controller, which was, you know, good. Just here and there though, at friends' houses on friends' equipment. And then I remember my friend Alex, Alex Costa, you've probably seen him on my social media if you follow me on everything. I've featured on some of his, like, on his InSync frequencies, his radio show, and anyways, him and Ricardo, for my friend, or other friend Ricardo, they throw parties sometimes, and called InSync, and I remember it was like summertime, and they'd just thrown a party, and then they announced the lineup about a week or two later for the party that was thrown in November. So it was a few months away, and lo and behold, Babysteps is on that lineup, opening up. And I had no clue about it whatsoever. I just literally got on the phone to Alex straight away. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But it was such an amazing thing. It pushed me so much to like make something of it and be like, well, if I'm doing it, it's done now. It's out there, like it's happening. And it pushed me to, you know, get into the studio, book Pirate Studios, whatever it was, go and practice on some CDJs. But obviously they're some of the best quality equipment that you can get in this sort of scene. And, you know, I was in there every week, spent an absolute fortune, and then had an amazing first set playing at InSync frequencies. Not InSync frequencies, at InSync. And I think I did really well. I know I've been told I did really well. And I look back at it now, and I think, oh, there's so much more I could have done better. But I'm also super, super happy with how it went. It was amazing. It was such a buzz as well. Like, that was the first sort of, all this hard work, it was all paid off in the end kind of thing. Yeah, amazing. So thank you, Alex and Ricardo, for that opportunity. I really do appreciate it. It kind of pushed me to where I'm at now. And then after that event had happened, again, mixing at a couple of house parties on other people's decks, because I still, again, just had these new marks. And was collecting dust at this point, so I was like, right, look, you've just done this event and you've done a really good job at it. Now you know you can do it. Take it seriously, or do something else. So, and I'm still really interested in music. I love music and the idea of it. So I just bit the bullet, bought the RX3s, the full setup, whatever, and that has really served me well so far, and will continue to serve me well. And all of last year, definitely. And it's just allowed me to create and just have so much more freedom and develop myself as a DJ. And I'm sort of like acknowledging myself more as a DJ now, which I think is a good thing, because I used to kind of get a bit like almost cringing, because sometimes in some scenarios, like, everyone's a DJ, you know. But I feel like I can say that now. I feel like I can say that, and I feel proud to be able to say that. And yeah, from then on, the RX3s, I've just been, as you've probably seen, the left right mixes. That's kind of the base I'm building on right now. And the plans for me in the future is to produce. I'd like to say I'm going to be a house producer. That's probably my first initial thoughts of where I'm going to go, but I feel like you just never know. And I know it's a complete different ball game, and it's something that takes years to get, you know, anywhere near good at. So the plan is for 2026 is to dip my toes into the water with that one, and yeah, hopefully it'd be nice to release something unofficially by the end of the year. But if not, definitely 2027 I'll be releasing. So that's the plan going forward. Also, I talked to you about the backdrop a little bit. Cleethorpes, this is my humble abode. It's getting a bit dark now, so I'm hoping you can still see, but this is my view from the decks, which you don't normally see. You normally see somewhere over here. And I have been playing to my cul-de-sac for the last year, and they have been the crowd. Can you imagine, like, loads of people out there, and I just had the windows like wide open? Like, that would actually be a vibe, to be fair, but unfortunately it's not been the case. I've just been pretending, I've been imagining that that's been happening. But yeah, this is where I've been. This has been my little area, my space. But I'm now moving to London with Mr. Alex Costa, the one who I was just telling you about, who throws the parties, moving in with him, and I think it is going to be amazing. There's going to be a lot of interesting things that happen, and I'm sure when we have our heads together on a more day-to-day basis, there's going to be some interesting plans going forward. So, and also it allows me to be around some really cool people, some of the likes of yourselves who are watching now. You know who you are, and I'm just super excited for it. It's happening in a couple of weeks, so I will be London based from like the beginning of February. What an amazing feeling that is. It's been a long time coming. So yeah, I think that is pretty much all I want to say in this video, because I don't want to drag it on too long. I know I've not got the most entertaining voice. I've tried to zhuzh it up a little bit to make myself sound a bit less monotone, but hopefully I've done well. Tell me if I've done well or not. But thank you if you've got this far and watched the whole video. That'd be great. And if this is something you do enjoy watching, is there anything else that you would like to know about me or from me? And if there is, then you know where the comment section is. It'd be really good to know. I'm going to be making stuff here and there on this channel, well, it'll be probably music related, but I will make the odd thing here and there, because I think it's good to mix it up a little bit, you know. But I want to make sure it's quality. I don't just want to just be pushing content. There's enough content in this world already. I'm pushing quality, all right? So that's what you're going to see from me, and that is my guarantee to you. Okay, right, with that, people, I'm going to leave you there. Big love, and take it easy, won't you? Ciao.